to say.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We have a cool review right now that I've been wanting to get out for a while, and that is on the Cub Cadet zt2. So, Nicole is my camera girl. Where's she at? Camera girl! So, my camera girl is going to have the GoPro on the gimbal, and she's going to follow me around as well. And we're going to get some cool shots and do a little review of the Cub Cadet zt2. So this is the new Cub Cadet zt2 60-inch cutting deck, 2021 model, purchased at Knoxville Motorsports. A couple things that I wanted to go over. I have used it a couple times now, and there's some things I like about it and a couple things I don't like about it. So let's go over those. Couple things that I like. One of the biggest things is we have a great console here. So we have a great spot for your cup, have a spot for your phone. It has an hour meter right here on the side, which is really nice. This is how, this right here is a little pull knob. You pull it out to engage the deck, you push it in to stop the deck from moving. You have to be sitting in the seat, so if you get off the seat while the deck's engaged, it'll shut the entire mower down. And on a zero turn, I think that is like one of the biggest things. After using it on hills, that is a very big safety item that I love. The other thing that I like about this machine is they make it very adjustable, easy to tailor it to your liking. So I'm going to come up front right here, but this is how you raise and lower your deck. So this is kind of a lever so that when you want to put your deck down, you can just press this with your foot, and then over here on your left hand side, right here we have our height adjustment. So you will just adjust it to whatever height you want it to be, and then you would just release the lever on your foot, and it's now at the height that you had set for it. But one of the things that they did with this that I like is that they made this pedal adjustable. So there's one hole in the front and one hole in the back. Actually adjust this. If you need to pedal further away from you, you could put it here. If you wanted it where it is now, closer, you would put it in the back hole. So that's adjustable. The other thing that is really customizable are the handlebars that come across your lap. These are adjustable in a sense that release a knob. So you would just, I'll just do it for you. You would release a knob, and on the inside here, there's teeth. I hope you can get them. And these teeth, you would just move this to wherever you want, tighten that knob back down again, and you're all set. Putting them outward will engage the brake system. They also have a cool little onboard tool right here. Now this tool, what that does is that adjusts each side. You have an adjustment for your max forward speed. So when you're full forward, it's going to keep going forward, and you're not going to have to compensate left or right. So that's a really good plus. Get to under this pad here, which they have a bolt right in the back, and this will lift up, and this will give you access to underneath, to your deck. Your pulleys, your belts that are underneath on this deck. People like to see grease fittings. That's one of the things that this does not have on the front. You can be for the grease fittings or against grease fittings. I prefer them. I believe there is one on the inside of the wheel right here, but there is no fitting up here for where the caster is. But you do have one on the inside of each front wheel, so at least that's nice. So you can grease up that wheel that's spinning all the time. So the deck that's on this machine is a 60-inch deck. It is a 3-blade system, not 2-blade. It's a 3-blade system. So I don't know how that really compares to a 2-blade system. This is my first 3-blade deck, so I don't know, maybe somebody can tell me the benefits of a 2-blade versus a 3-blade down in the comments. Tank is right here on your left-hand side. They don't really have a fuel gauge, so to speak. I guess if you want to see how much fuel you've got, you just lift up your seat. It has a really nice cable there to keep it from going too far forward. You good access to your battery, and then you have a couple, you can see your belts down in the bottom there. And then right here, we'll have a list right here. This is the model number that we have. It gives you your belt routing. This seat is a really nice seat. I love the seat that comes on this Cub Cadet. It's got armrests on it, which are really nice. They can go up or down. Okay, so the seat is adjustable forward and backwards, depending on the height of the person riding it. One of the things that I would love to have seen on this zero-turn mower that I have seen on some of the other ones, especially the Bad Boy, is the rear tires. I really would have liked to have seen wider tires. I'd like to have the wider tires on the back, especially when you're trying to deal with hills. The wider tires would really make a big difference on this. But as far as the engine's concerned, it comes with a 24 horsepower Kawasaki, and that's one of the reasons why I upgraded to the zt2, because the zt1 Cub Cadet model did not come with the Kawasaki. It came with the Kohler engine. I had a Kohler engine in my previous Cub Cadet. I had never had any problems with it, but I know the Kawasaki's are rated a little bit better, so I decided to opt for the zt2. That's the only difference between the zt1 and the zt2 is the motor itself. It has a really nice rear cage here to protect the motor from anything coming up and hitting it. The other thing I really like on this engine, now I don't know if the other ones have this or not, but you can see this little, when you need to drain your oil, you just loosen this up and your oil comes right out here.
That's nice.
So it makes it really nice when you need to drain your oil. So if you can see this, here's your oil filter. Below this oil filter, right here, this is a lip. And this lip is about a finger's length long. And this lip is there so that you can put a little tray here and take this filter out and not get oil running all over your piece of equipment here. So that's a really nice feature that they did that with the oil filter. Now, when you want to move this and it's not under power, but you need to push it or move it, you need to be able to disengage the transmission that drives this, because if they're locked in gear, even if you take the brake off, it's still not going to push very easily. Okay, so right down here is a nice little placard, and right next to that placard is a little metal doohickey that comes out. So when you want to run the mower, normally it would stay in this position. If you want to move it, not under power, you would pull this back and lock it in that position. Now what that's going to do is that's going to release the transaxle on this so that it is no longer engaged, so that when you take this brake off, it will be a free spinning wheel. You do not want to do that if you're trying to mow with it, because you may not be able to brake or stop on that wheel. So there's one on each side, and you really want to check them before you go out every time. Make sure they're engaged completely. You want to check your oil and make sure that you've got adequate oil in it before you go out. Once you do that, you're set to go. The handle grips are pretty comfy. I do like the rubber that they put on these grips. Now again, I don't.
Do they get hot?
Huh?
Do the rubbers get hot if left out?
It's in the sun right now. It's warm, but it's not hot like metal would get.
Yeah.
That might be one thing I would change, is so that it's not like I'm in the gym doing rows, because that's almost what it feels like when I need to stop or go in reverse. Is I'm pulling these things back to try to do like a back row, and you know, when you need to change quickly or something happens, something jumps out in front of you, it would be nice if they were a little bit easier to go. But other than that, I really like the adjustability that the Cub Cadet has. It suits our purposes for what we need it for. So once we, well, that's beautiful.
Nala.
So I really feel that one of the biggest downfalls of the whole thing would be the tires, because with these zero turns, they tend to want to push that wheel, the one that you're turning on. It tends to push that, and you slide a little bit. So that would be my only gripe with a zero turn. And again, I've never had one before, but if you're in the market for a zero turn, Cub Cadet's a great choice. We've looked at a couple other ones, the Husqvarna and the Cub Cadet, and of those two, I can say that the Cub Cadet shines over the features, how it's designed, and the durability of it by how it's constructed and built. This is a pretty beefy frame for it being just a residential mower. This is not a commercial mower by any means, and they don't market it as such, and the price tag isn't as such, which is one of the reasons why we got it, because we felt that we needed to save some money somewhere, so we wound up getting this one. So I hope this video was able to help answer some questions about the Cub Cadet. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll get right back to you if I can. If I don't know the answer, I'll get you the answer. So thanks everybody for watching. If you liked the video, smash that thumbs up, click subscribe, tick the little bell. We'll see you on the next one.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We're meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go, take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me, we're meant to be